What's up, OPERATIONiDROID here, and welcome back to News for iOS, a series where I give you the latest and greatest news iOS. Now, if you're a fan of the series, you can already tell that things are a bit different, and if this is your first episode, you came at a good time because it has been revamped for this episode onwards. So, without any further ado, let's head into today's news. Our first story is a big one. As many of you all know, iOS 8.1 has been released and effectively killed the date trick. The trick that allowed you to install most of your favorite applications and emulators without a jailbreak. Specifically, applications from iEmulators and NEWS4iOS.net. Now, when this was initially released, we all thought that it was over, but a breath of life has been shown, and iEmulators and NEWS4iOS are still hosting some of their applications and still work on iOS 8.1. However, this is not a permanent solution like the date trick was. This does work at the moment, however, we cannot guarantee that it will work for the time being. So, while you have the chance, make sure you head over to iEmulators and download some of your favorite applications like Provenance, Gearboy, Gear System, and more that are working on iOS 8.1, and more will be released in the future. Moving on, I'm happy to announce to you guys that there is a new emulator being developed for iOS, and it's a Nintendo DS emulator called Nitrogen. As many of you all know, unfortunately, NDS4iOS development has ceased. However, many of the developers of that application have moved on to a new project, which is Nitrogen. At the moment, it's only available to developers that can get the source code off GitHub, and there's no public release as of now. Continuing on the topic of emulators, as many of you all know, GBA for iOS 2.1 has been developing quickly, and an open beta has been released to developers for this amazing application. However, Riley Testa went to Twitter to answer some of the most important questions about GBA for iOS 2.1 and iOS 8.1 killing the date trick. So, if you read his span of tweets, he is letting you all know that the date trick has been destroyed, and there's no way for you all to get GBA for iOS 2.1 if you're on 8.1 without having a developing license. And now, the reason he says that is because of GBA for iOS's massive popularity. If he tried to distribute it the way other emulators are distributed it, Apple will shut it down in seconds. So he's looking into developing it and putting it out there on Cydia. However, keep your hopes up, there may be a non-jailbroken release in the future. Speaking of jailbreaking, days after iOS 8.1 was released, Pangu themselves released a jailbreak for it, which was extremely surprising to us all. So if you're interested in jailbreaking your iOS device, you can now do that on a Windows computer. A Macintosh version is being worked on, and Cydia is stable on this version of the jailbreak. So if you've ever thought of jailbreaking your iOS device, just know that you can do it if you so choose, and to get GBA for iOS in the future, you may have to. And finally, another open beta from iEmulators will be coming soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the new News for iOS revamp, because a lot of work went into it, and I would truly appreciate it if you left a like, because it makes me feel like I did something right. Anyways, if you'd like to stay updated on all things iOS and some of the things I mentioned, then make sure you hit that subscribe button to be notified when I upload a video, because I upload videos on things iOS every week. And if you'd like to check out more of my videos, you can click on the one on the left to see a tour of my room as a congratulations for 50,000 subscribers, and you can click the one on the right to learn how to record your screen on iOS 7 and above. And yes, currently that does include iOS 8.1. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and welcome to the operation.